What everyday thing do you find scary? Saying those goodbyes to people. Even the casual ones, especially the casual ones. I read this quote last night on my flight, and it freaked me out mid-air. For every person you know, there is some last moment at which you will ever see them. Life is far too unpredictable, and so many of our goodbyes are too casual, particularly with family and close friends. Scary if things can flip around in the blink of an eye. Someone who plans to rape you isn't gonna stop because of a door. Especially after they presumably just silenced your dog. This SVU wisdom is good in fiction, but it does a disservice to everyone in real life. Most rapists are people you know, very few are strangers, even fewer are violent home invasion types. Convenience is a huge factor in all crime. Locked doors are very useful, dogs doubly so. Driving. A long, interesting life versus instant death boils down to a little yellow line and the other dude paying attention. Currently learning to drive right now, quite late at 24. I find the whole concept terrifying. Everyone who chooses to get in a car with me driving is putting their life in my hands, often just out of politeness. Motorways are just full of people trusting other people with their lives as they hurtle past, tons of metal at 70 miles per hour. A guy I knew in high school went for a weekend road trip with his friends after passing his test, and they crashed, and they all died on impact. Their lives had just started, and now they're over. Once I get my license, I never want to drive again. Driverless cars can't come soon enough. Phone calls from people who usually text. It's never good news. I will never understand the hate. Speech is far faster than text. The context is clearer and it can avoid misunderstandings because of tone is heard and not assumed. I'd much rather have a normal human conversation than text. I don't have time to read long essays. It's too distracting and hurts my neck always looking down. Text should be for short messages, not diatribes. When people watch me while I'm eating. I get the same way, especially when I'm eating dinner with clients for work. I feel like I'm being judged on how much or how fast I'm eating, even though I'm sure nobody notices or gives a shit either way. It gets to the point where even if I came to dinner hungry, I can't bring myself to eat because I'm so wrapped up in making sure I'm presenting myself appropriately. Still haven't found a way to work through that in my head. I've just learned to order something very small that can be picked at during the meal instead of something big that I'll end up noticeably wasting. Among the many safety features of elevators are the brakes. The brakes on an elevator are held open with power. If the power goes out, the brakes snap shut. The only cable brake that ended in a free fall was 1945, the Empire State Building was hit by a plane, a B-25. The lady inside survived. Might not lessen your fear, but it's the sort of thing I think is neat. Bridges, driving over them at least. It's an unnerving anxiety, not enough to be crippling, but my brain automatically goes to worst case scenarios and how there is nowhere to pull over. All those disaster movies start replaying. I'd also think it's because it feels more solid driving on a road as opposed to a bridge. Waking up my daughter is something I do every day, but waking up anyone in general scares the shit out of me. What if I try and they don't wake up? Ma, is that you? Why are you still in your room playing on your phone? I have been awake for hours and haven't seen you get up to even use the bathroom. You stayed up all goddamn night on that phone again, didn't you? I swear if I have to take it again I won't give it back this time. I'm running to store to get breakfast. Do you need anything while I'm out, sweetheart? Thinks this is it. https://amp.reddit.com/v/s/amp.reddit.com/r/let's not meet/comments/46s9zc/he_pretended_b_my_dog/question mark amp_js_v=a2 and amp_gza=1 and usp=331 akfireback%3d%3d hash referrer equals https://3a%2f%2f www.google.com and amp_tf equals from %20%251%24s and amp share equals https://3a%2f%2f www.reddit.com%2fr%2 not meet%2f comments%2f 46s9zc%2f pretended_to_b_my_dog%2f. Time passing. My go-to small talk with people in their 40s or 50s was talking to them about 60s and 70s music. If I see someone in their 40s, I'll think, cool, I can talk to her about Kiss or the Beatles. The other day at work, I was talking to a woman in her 40s and she said, "Oh, I don't know, that's kinda my parents' music. I really got into music around grunge." That was such a weird feeling, and I still don't know why. It doesn't help I got that taste in music from my parents and that in a decade or two, my parents and all those people I attached that meaning to will be pushing 70 or 80, and will be dead. Conversations? I am an introvert. Nah, you're shy, maybe lacking a bit of confidence. I'm an introvert, too. It just means you need some alone time to recharge. Sometimes you don't feel like being around people, like they're stealing your energy. But I can talk to people just fine. Saturdays I spend all morning with my family until after lunch, then go home and put on Live PD, and play games until bed. I had that happen in my university town. 2 girls, both under 5 foot, and some frat bro yelled out the window, "Fucking dykes." Yes, we are. No, we weren't dating. Why would we want asshats like you around? I just yelled back, "Do you kiss your mother with that mouth?" Tailgate drivers. Why, if you can prevent an accident, then prevent it. Don't try to cause one because you have insurance or because it wouldn't be your fault, or you want to teach someone a lesson. If you're in the passing lane, then move over. Any other situation, just drive the way you like at the speed limit, and the tailgater will find their own way. Answering phone calls? I worked at a call center for 6 months and I've been damn near incapable of answering my phone ever since. I literally have had panic attacks when my phone rings too many times in a day. I recently moved out to the boondocks where I have no phone service and I can only be reached by IM, and it's heavenly. Driving/learning how to drive. I've had my permit for a few years, but I get so scared just thinking about sitting in the driver's seat and I have 0 hours. I also get worried about judgment a lot because I'm almost 20 and don't know how to drive.